Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content that I'm going to show you to start your day is just the level of delusion you need from a gun control out of New York, because it turns out the District Attorney Alvin Bragg, the same guy who is indicting and charging the president, or the former president, Trump, now he's demanding that YouTube meet with him, and they change their entire algorithm. They ban guns. They go all whole hog just for him. Everything's been linked in the description box below, and I'm about to show you the entire letter right here. You're going to love every second of this. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. All right, beautiful people, we are going to dive in right now because nothing sets the tone for crazy like a gun controller from New York. Check this out. Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg puts YouTube on notice for online ghost gun tutorials. In a statement, a YouTube spokesperson said the company prohibits content instructing viewers how to make ghost guns or 3D printed guns, adding, quote, "We'll carefully review any videos the Manhattan DA's office shares with us. We recognize our work in this area is never done, and we remain committed to removing any content that violates our policies." It's the old YouTube language for this. But anyway, here's the thing. Before I get into the letter, YouTube is so stringent on this category, it will get caught by the bots by themselves immediately. In fact, a little inside baseball, a lot of the time that you get caught on doing things that are not infringements on their policy, but they claim they are, the bots kind of like catch them and then goes, well, we'll put it in for review, but just to be safe, we're just going to put it all in this bucket. So the algorithm and the content moderation is already incredibly overbearing. But this guy says, well, I've got evidence because people I've arrested and have asked where they got the guns from that said they got it on YouTube, so therefore it must be true. I demand a meeting. Here comes the letter. Watch this. This is just, man, the arrogance. So this is from Alvin Bragg Jr., the guy who's indicting Trump and charging Trump. What's going on right now? April 24, 2024, sent to the executive officer of YouTube, specifically. Okay, well, let me show you a little bit of this letter and a few of the things in here, because you might just enjoy this. Dear Mr. Moen, I'm writing in my capacity as the Manhattan District Attorney about concerns over YouTube's hosting of videos on how to make and manufacture so-called ghost guns, as well as the algorithms that push these videos onto the screens of young children. Okay, onto the screens of young children, that's not really accurate at all. But it doesn't matter. It's not about accuracy. It's about virtue signaling. Let's continue. This, I'm sure, is coincidence that he happens to reference these things, because this wouldn't be a collusion effort, would it? Letters sent to YouTube from every town for gun safety in 2021, we covered it, and the United States Senate in 2022, covered it. Both detail how YouTube's community guidelines specifically prohibit content instructing viewers on how to create these guns. We are well aware that the content is prohibited. YouTube is extremely aware that it's prohibited, but that hasn't stopped every Town for Gun Safety gun control group, and then the senators on the Democratic side of the aisle also doing the same thing. They're writing letters across the board the same way that they did it to Amalgamated Bank and the International Standards Organization around the credit card tracking for gun purchases and ammo purchases. They always do this. They use the offices of power which they have to further pursue things that are outside of their purview in order to expand their influence to get their political outcomes. Elizabeth Warren is particularly bad about this. But this is what the Democrats have done, and Alvin Bragg has shown he's not above using political influence to get what he wants politically. So it's kind of what's happening right here. But wait until I show you all the things that the evidence they're bringing forward. Check this out. Yet this content continues to persist on the platform. A cursory search of how to print a 3D gun on YouTube immediately brings up instructional videos that clearly violate the community guidelines. So their whole point here is YouTube has these videos on, and we're not going to show them to you. We're just going to tell you that they're there. And the content moderation that's already on the system isn't doing a good enough job, but we're not going to tell you which videos they are. They're not doing a good job. So you need to change your entire algorithm. Okay, let's keep going. If you don't believe me, because, this is only something a lefty would write. Perhaps even more troubling is the publicly reported evidence that these videos that should not be available are being actively pushed by YouTube's algorithms to minors who begin watching clips of video games. A 2023 study by Tech Transparency Project created 4 test YouTube accounts, 2 identifying as 9-year-old boys and 2 identify as 14, and you use these accounts to play 100 gaming videos. The YouTube algorithm began pushing content on shooting and weapons and instructional videos, including instructional videos about ghost guns to all 4 accounts, regardless of whether the accounts interacted with the recommended videos or not. These videos not only violated the community guidelines, but they are not even age restricted. Additionally, even for parents actively trying to keep their children safe, there is no way to turn off YouTube recommendation systems. That's the giveaway right there, because one of the requests that he's making is for YouTube to turn off the YouTube recommendation system. If you are on the inside of YouTube or inside of a creator role like myself, you know that you live and die by those recommendations. They know that too. So now they want them to turn off the recommendations on channels they don't agree with politically in order to basically stifle it. It's very similar to the way they ban magazines. They try to ban ammo. They try to ban accessories, things like that. Same thing they're doing with YouTube. That's why we're covering this. To get a little light on the dirty grossness, check this out. There are numerous examples of YouTube removing videos once they're called out by gun safety groups and the media. This signals to me that YouTube does stand by its community guidelines. However, these restrictive strategies do not go far enough. YouTube must revise its content moderation strategies to take a proactive role in both making sure that current videos demonstrating how to create ghost guns are removed and future videos are prohibited from being uploaded. So the algorithm is supposed to know what you're doing before you upload it. Impressive. Additionally, YouTube must modify its algorithms to immediately stop recommending videos with violent content, including those modeling ghost guns to children. There should also be an option to turn off recommendations altogether for those who choose. I believe these steps are a public safety imperative to protect New York City residents and especially our children from going down a dangerous path. And now the demand. We've already said let's change the algorithm, turn off all recommendations. Let's just go down the list. Here's the demands himself of what he's saying he wants as the district attorney, Alvin Bragg Jr. In order to facilitate these necessary changes, I respectfully request a meeting with representatives from YouTube and the members of my office. The Manhattan District Attorney's Office is committed to working with you to curb the rise of ghost guns and keep our children and communities safe. Respectfully, Alvin Bragg, of course, ignoring the fact that they're already illegal in New York. They are trying to stifle any and all opposition to their thought process. If YouTube is a point where people can get information and observe news and things of that nature, they're going to try to hit us on it. If they do any type of gun content, they're going to say you need to stop it before you even uploads, before you even know about it, which is not possible. These demands are based in irrationality. But you know what? If the shoe fits, the shoe fits. And if this isn't the best exercise of arrogance and egotism, I don't know what is. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.